It's time for spring and it's time for my spring perfumes. I am so excited for all of these perfumes. When I went to my perfume corner, I did not know which perfumes to choose because I was so excited and I wanted to show all of the perfumes I want to wear, but I boiled it down to, I think, 12, and I'm very happy with the decisions I made. So let's jump into it. I will try to make it short and sweet, but you do know oh my God, I'm not too good with short and sweet. But let's start with the first one, which is a designer perfume. This is Lancome Idole, the original one. And this version of Idole is the one I wear the most in spring, I would say. This has the main accords of floral, fruity, sweet and fresh. It has pear and bergamot on the top. Then in the heart it just has a lot of roses and jasmine. And in the base it's quite synthetic with vanilla, patchouli and cedar. To me, this is all about the top and the heart. It's the most youthful, happy, fun rose scent you can imagine, because to me, a lot of times roses are paired with other notes and make it very classic, very elegant, a lot of times very mature, and this one is the opposite. It's such a happy, beautiful scent, but because it still is a rose scent and also a jasmine scent, and it's the creamy, elegant, beautiful jasmine, it still is an elegant scent. It's appropriate for the office, but it's also like a leisure type of perfume. It's so beautiful, and I always say I'm so sad that I discovered the line so late. The next one is a niche perfume, which is called Musk Therapy by Initio. And this is so nice. Oh my God, I'm so excited to wear it. This has the main accords of creamy, fresh, sweet and fruity. Doesn't that sound incredible? With the notes of white musk, mandarin orange, blackcurrant, pink musk, bergamot, sandalwood and magnolia. This is my favorite from Initio. You still get the Initio DNA, which is quite mysterious and a little bit sexy, and there is something not spicy but kind of like a pepper or like a ginger. Something is like giving it like a kick in there. But other than that, it's the most beautiful, innovative perfume I have in my collection. It's definitely fresh. It's clean, it's fresh. It has this beautiful magnolia in there, but then it's also very fruity and zesty. The blackcurrant is a beautiful one that isn't leaning in a weird direction, which sometimes it does. And the mandarin orange, the bergamot, it just gives it so much freshness and fruitiness. And then the musks, the white musk, the pink musk, and also the sandalwood make it super fresh and creamy, and it's just so beautiful. It's not the strongest. It's definitely one of the ones from Initio that is a little bit more weak, but still it's a good performer. And I'm not too sure if I've ever talked about this perfume, but the next one is Versace Parfums Dylan Purple, which was released in 2022. So I think it's the newest one in their lineup. And I love all of the Dylan perfumes in the Parfum line. It's just my type of DNA. They're all very fresh with some fruits in there, some slight florals, and then they are all quite synthetic with a lot of molecules that I love. Same goes with this. So this has the main accords of fruity, floral, sweet, synthetic and fresh, with top notes of pear juice. bergamot, bitter orange, and then the heart it has purple freesia and a lot of synthetics I do not know. And then the base it has cedar and then also a lot of molecules. So it has Ambra Fix and Isoe Super, which are molecules I know of and I actually adore. But basically, this is a super happy apple shampoo scent. This to me smells like fruity apple shampoo. It's super youthful. It's not too serious. It's just so fun. It's definitely synthetic. You have to like your synthetic scents, but I feel like this line is so underrated. I never hear people talk about the Dylan line, or maybe they're even bashing it, but I personally love them. I love the Dylan blue one, but I'm trying to show you a lot more newer perfumes to my collection and not the same that I showed you last year. But I mean, you still see a lot of the ones I wore last year. But anyway, this one is quite new to my collection and I'm so excited to wear it because I do like fruity perfumes, but a lot of times it's combined with like a dusty musk note, which I do not like on my skin. It does smell like pear. It's like a pear and apple, super fruity, juicy shampoo smell. And I love those shampoos. In fact, I just shopped one for my daughter and I was so happy because it reminded me of my childhood. The next one is quite a classic and it's also, not also, but it's an apple perfume. So this is Jo Malone's Peony and Blush Suede. Such a iconic scent from the brand. And it's quite new in my collection as well. I haven't been wearing it too much and I'm so happy to wear it in spring because I think this is the perfect spring scent. It's not too juicy, it's not too summer-like. It actually is like a signature scent. It's not leaning towards a season, but I feel like in spring, this will blossom. This will be so perfect. So this is the main accords of floral, fresh, fruity, and sweet with notes of peony, red apple, carnation, jasmine, rose, and suede. And I think the suede combination with all of those very feminine notes is such a genius thing that they did. And I don't really get like a leather note, but it's just not as whatever as it could be, if you know what I mean. Like it's a rose scent and there's some fruits. It could be very boring, but it's just not. It's so elegant. I love pretty much all of the Jo Malone scents that they came up with, especially the original ones. And this one is no exception. It's so fresh and uplifting, but still elegant, easy to wear for the office. It's not a beast performer whatsoever. It's quite weak actually, but I feel like if I overspray, it will be fine. It will be fine. And it's such an interesting take because I love peonies and I love apples and perfumes, and the combination of the creamy floral peony with this crisp red apple is such a good one. This you saw a lot last year. This was I feel like my most worn perfume in 2023 and I think my most loved perfume. It's just on my skin, it's perfection. This is the most creamy, buttery, floral, fruity, yummy, sexy scent I've ever smelled. So this is Good Girl Blush by Carolina Herrera. And I will not stop talking about how I do not like those bottles, but the scent is just so, it's intoxicating to me. It's intoxicating. Every time I see perfumes in front of him, like, oh, I love this one, I love this one. And then I smell this and I'm like, I have to wear it. I just have to wear it. This is like Yasmin in a bottle. So this has the main accords of floral, sweet, fruity, creamy, with notes of in the top bergamot and bitter almond, in the heart peony and ylang ylang, and in the base vanilla and tonka bean. This to me is Mostly a super creamy, fresh vanilla scent with tonka bean and almond, giving it some kick. And then the peony and the ylang ylang. It's the perfect combination. I feel like peony on me is a lot of times quite creamy, like a more of a creamy floral, and ylang ylang as well. But putting those two florals together is a match made in heaven. I cannot wait to wear it. Actually, I haven't smelled the elixir one that I just launched, but I'm very intrigued to try that one as well. Then a classic, and I'm not too sure if I showed you this perfume on this channel, but this is Delina La Rosee by Parfums de Marly, and this is spring in a bottle. I love all Delinas. So this has the main accords of floral, fresh, fruity, and sweet, with notes of, in the top, lychee, bergamot, and pear. In the heart, aquatic flowers, Turkish rose, and peony. And in the base, it has white musk, vetiver, and woody notes. I feel like this is a perfect flanker because you do get the association with Delina, but it still is very different. To me, this actually is quite aquatic. The aquatic flowers, like a lotus flower, is what I smell like the most. Paired with super watery, juicy fruits. The pear, the lychee, I almost feel like there's like a watermelon or something like that. Like very watery fruits in there. Again, the peony. I don't really get the base. It's all about the beautiful, elegant florals mixed in with a lot of watery notes and juicy fruits. It also reminds me a lot of Chloe, the original one. They're not dupes to each other, but if you like Chloe, you will definitely love this one. Then we have a cheapie, which is from Zara, and this is Marshmallow Addiction. And they just came out with it again, and I don't know if it's the exact same perfume that I have, because I got this maybe last year or the year before, but this was also not the first time that they brought it out. So it has been an on and off thing with Zara and Marshmallow Addiction. But I just sniffed the new, what was it called? But I just smelled a new line from Zara, and two of them I think reminded me of Marshmallow Addiction. So I thought I'm gonna test it out again, because honestly, I do not wear this perfume. So this has the main accords of fruity, sweet, fresh, floral, with the fragrance notes of fruits, blossoms, musk, and vanilla. And this smells so good. Like, the initial spray is so beautiful. There is this specific fruit that it reminds me of, and I do not know which one it is. Also, when I was a teenager, I had a specific shower gel. I think it was with cherry milk or something. And that one did not smell like cherries. It smelled like this. And I don't know what it is, but it just reminds me of that so much. And I think that is why I bought this. And I also now still have it in my collection, because it just reminds me of my childhood and like a happy moment. I feel like it also could be like a cherry blossom perfume as well, because the one from L'Occitane that I have does remind me a little bit of this one. So maybe cherry wasn't that wrong, but it's super fun. It's super fruity. It's also quite light, I think, from the musk, and the blossoms give it some depth and make it not as juvenile as it could be. It's a lot more fresh than what it sounds like. To me, it's a very fresh, fruity scent with slight blossoms. But on my skin, there is this musk coming through. And if it didn't change, then I have to have a combination with this, so I do not get this dusty musk note. Because other than that, it's a beautiful perfume, and actually it doesn't have a bad longevity at all. This one is a super new perfume to my collection. I'm not too sure if I even showed it to you already. So this is Ex Nihilo Blue Talisman. This is my first Ex Nihilo fragrance. I'm super excited about it. Oh my God, I love this perfume. This has the main accords of fruity, fresh, synthetic, citrus, and sweet, with the notes of in the top pear, ginger, bergamot, and mandarin orange, in the heart orange blossom and Georgie wood. Don't know what that is. And in the base notes, we have akigala wood, ambra fix, and musk. This is definitely a synthetic type of perfume. It reminds me somewhat of Juliet Has a Gun Ego Stratus. They are in the same family. They are both quite unisex. So this is, first of all, a very fruity, fresh perfume with lots of woody undertones. And the woods are the synthetic molecule-like woods, like isoisoper, ambroxan, akigala wood, those types. And they make it smell a little bit like a more classic men's super nice shower gel. But then because of the fruits and the orange blossom, it leans more unisex. So I feel like this will be amazing on my husband, just like Eco Stratus is, but I'm gonna wear it as well. And I feel like because it has those woody undertones, it's also perfect to wear on those early spring days. Yeah, and also the longevity on my skin is very, very good. Next up, we have another classic in my collection and also another pear perfume. Can you guess that I love my pear? So this is a very underrated perfume that I actually love. This is Coach Dreams by Coach. And this has the main accords of floral, sweet, fruity, creamy, with notes of in the top pear and bitter orange, in the heart cactus, blossom, and gardenia, and in the base Joshua tree and ambroxan. This is such an easy reach for me. And it smells very different from all of the other perfumes that I just talked to you about, but still fits in so perfectly. This is one of those very clean perfumes, but because of the gardenia and maybe the cactus blossom, it leans slightly more classic and elegant and more mature, especially in comparison to scents like this. This is so much more juicy and fruity and happy and fun. And this is like more clean, it's still fruity, and it's still beautiful and beautifully juicy and fruity. But this one is just leaning a little bit more floral and elegant. A perfect day wear scent, perfect for the office. And also the longevity is quite good. It's not a beast whatsoever, but it's not weak. And the bottle is very unique. And then of course I had to show you some tea perfumes because I love the note of tea in my perfumes. And this was one of the first perfumes with a very specific tea note in them that I got. This is Thé Yulong by Armani Privée. And you can see it's almost gone. I think still to this day is my favorite tea perfume. One of my favorites at least. This has the main accords of green, fresh, citrus, floral, with notes of in the top mandarin orange, petit grain, and cardamom. In the heart you have green tea, black tea, jasmine, and orange blossom. And in the base you have vetiver and bread and iris. And this, it's such a cozy scent. I do not know if I described it like that. In short, this smells like a spa at a luxurious resort on a beautiful island. Maybe it's raining. This is what it smells like. It's so relaxing. It instantly relaxes me. It's so comforting, but in a fresh and aquatic way. And it just smells so luxe. It's so refined. It's so beautiful, very unisex, doesn't lean in any direction. The only thing is that the longevity is not the best. But other than that, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. And I have another tea perfume, which actually has a better performance on my skin and is so much cheaper. So this is still by Jennifer Lopez. It's a perfume that has been released in 2003. Oh my god, this is definitely a classic. And I see here that it says it was last marketed by Koji, which usually means it has been discontinued. Oh my god, that would be very, very sad. And it would also mean that I have to get a backup bottle of it immediately. This has the main accords of floral, fresh, fruity, sweet, and citrus, with notes of, in the top, Earl Grey tea, which is my favorite tea, and I drink it every single morning. Mandarin orange, rice wine. In the heart, freesia, honeysuckle, and orange blossom, and in the base, orris root, amber, and sandalwood. This is such a unique perfume. I do not know anything that smells like it. It's so unique and so beautiful. It's mass appealing, but in a unique niche type of way. This could easily be a niche perfume and so much more expensive. It's hard for me to describe it, but it mostly is fresh and floral with sweetness, but the sweetness comes almost from like the nectar of the florals. And then I definitely get the rice, like a nutty rice thing in here. And the Earl Grey tea, I don't really get Earl Grey tea. It's just something tea-like, I would say. This is a tea perfume. This one is just a lot more complex, and you smell so many things that it's hard to detect a specific Earl Grey tea note, but still, this is so beautiful. But it's basically all about freesia, honeysuckle, and orange blossom, definitely. But then you do get like something deep from maybe the amber and the sandalwood, and you get those kicks from the tea, from the rice wine. It's so good. And the longevity is so strong on my skin. And the last one for today, and I'm so sad that I'm only showing you those perfumes because I have so many more I want to show you. But this one is Ambra Calabria by Nishane. So this has the main accords of citrus, fresh, green, creamy, and sweet, with notes of, in the top, bergamot, green leaves, galbanum, in the heart, jasmine and coriander, and in the base you have amber, musk, and vanilla. And for me, this is 50-50 cozy, warm, deep amber and 50% fresh bergamot and citrusy fruits. And then it's woven together by some florals and a little bit of spiciness and some sweetness from the vanilla. It's so good, because usually amber perfumes are super deep, super fall and winter like, extremely strong, and a lot of times too much. And citrusy fruit and citrusy perfumes a lot of times are just very fleeting, very light, extremely happy, but the performance is lacking a lot of times. But to combine those two ingredients as both highlighting star ingredients in a perfume is just such a good idea. It works. It just works. It's so nice. It's such a luxurious smelling perfume. Definitely unisex, doesn't lean in any direction as well. The perfume bottle looks so good, and this is super heavy, the cap. And the performance is good. It's not the best, especially not from the brand. They have very strong, beastly perfumes. This one is not one of them, but I like it that way, because I think if it would be too strong, I would get too much of the amber, I feel like. So I like it like that. So these were all of my picks for spring 2024. I'm so excited to wear all of these perfumes. Let me know which perfumes you want to wear this spring, which ones you're gonna take from the last year, which ones are new to your collection and you're just so excited to wear them. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!